Eggs, cereal, bread, and shelter, all astronomically expensive. That's according to a new inflation report released today. And let me tell you, this report muddies up the water when it comes to next week's likely interest rate hike. And there's that whole bank collapse thing that's going to play into this. So let me explain what's going on. Overall, inflation between January and February came down from 6.4% to 6%. That's good. It's down a lot since the peak last June when inflation was more than 9%. But 6% is still really high. In fact, it's triple the amount of inflation the Federal Reserve usually wants to see in the economy. Now, here's why you aren't feeling like inflation is coming down. Because the cost for everything we use, like food and shelter, went up between January and February. Shelter is more than 8% higher than it was in February of 2022, and food from the grocery store was up more than 10% from February of 2022. Egg prices came down almost 7% between January and February, but between February of 2023 and February of 2022, egg prices increased almost 55.5%. And bread and cereal product prices are also up a lot, about 15% more than they were February of 2022. Now here's the muddy part. Last week, based on all the other strong economic reports we saw in February, the Federal Reserve Chairman floated the idea of possibly raising interest rates by 0.5%. But then last weekend happened with the two bank failures. So now some experts are suggesting the Fed should not raise interest rates at all, or if they do, it should not be more than 0.25%. We'll have to see what the Federal Reserve does when they meet next week.